Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's gonna be a little bit of a different video. We're not gonna do a keto mukbang today, but I'm going to do a keto video. I am gonna go over and talk about my journey. I am gonna teach you about keto and tell you about the proteins, the fat, the carbs, you know, how that makes up your macros, which is your calorie intake, and just go over a few things. I have gotten a few requests in my email asking if I would make a video on this. So instead of a mukbang, this is still a keto video. And I would like to share my journey with you. So for starters, this all began with my brother, Robbie. He started back in, I believe, 2014. He decided to do the ketogenic. He had came across it one day. He started to read about it. He did a lot of studying on it before he even began doing it and learned all the ways to do it, the true way, all of that. And I'll explain all of that as I go along. But anyways, in 5 months, my brother had lost 150 pounds. It was amazing. He was 300 pounds and he lost 150 pounds. As I'm watching my brother take off this weight, doing this journey, and how healthy he looked and how amazing things were, I wanted to do it. So as of November of 2015, I started the ketogenic way of life. And in 13 months, I lost a little over 150 pounds myself. I too was almost 300 pounds and I got down to 139 pounds in I said about 13 to 14 months. Now, he did it quicker because he exercised with his and he lowered the fats a lot with his, and I'll explain that with you. And he got it off really, really quick. He was a person, he worked out every single day. I did not work out through my journey. I have a bad back from a car accident. I'm way better now, way stronger now. I do work out now, but then I just couldn't. And I'll go over why. I have a lot of health issues, did have a lot of health issues. So anyways, but as I watched him do this, I decided I wanted to do it. So I started in 2015. At that time of November, at that time, I had high triglycerides, high cholesterol, very high blood pressure. I was a pre-diabetic. My oxygen levels were really bad. I would get sick at least 3 times a year. I had chronic COPD. I would get sick and get bronchitis and get deathly sick. I was put on high doses of prednisone. I would be put on 2 different inhalers, a nebulizer machine, you name it, they had to give it to me because I could not breathe. My oxygen would drop down into the 80s. It was so bad. I was hospitalized one time for it. And I have a heart condition, nothing to do, just recently. This happened from the birth of my son back in '98. I developed what is called postpartum cardiomyopathy. So I had a bad heart. On top of all of that I had wrong with me, I also had a bad heart, which wasn't good. I was on 15 medications for my heart. And as I watched my brother do this, I decided I wanted to do this and I wanted to get healthy. And in the first 3 months, I had lost a substantial amount of weight. I had already lost probably 40 pounds, 50 pounds. I went in to have blood work done again, and they did everything. They did the A1C, which is your blood sugar levels, cholesterol levels, my blood pressure, everything. In fact, my blood pressure was dropping so low, they had to start reducing medications from me for my heart. They had to start taking medications away because my blood pressure was going so low from this diet. It is a diuretic way of life, so you do go to the bathroom a lot. You get rid of a lot of inflammation and everything. So they had to start taking medications away, which was fantastic. Cholesterol meds, everything. My numbers were perfect after just 3 months, and I had only lost at that time 40, 50 pounds, and I already was improving so much. And then I continued, and I'd had blood work done again, and it was even better and even better. I had blood work done 5 times now. I've had blood work done, and it's always come back amazing and great, and I feel amazing. And I was on 15 medications for my heart. I'm down to 2 medications, and they're really, really low. And in fact, sometimes they think I don't even need that, but they want to make sure the heart, continues to pump right, because my ejection fraction was only 8% in the beginning, which is very, very low. And now it's 45. A normal person's around 50 to 55. I'm around 45. So I improved that so much. No need for a heart transplant or nothing. I was on a list. I don't need any of that. And they just want to make sure the way the blood pumps, it pumps differently than you guys, the way it pumps through. They want to make sure that I just am on a low dose of those medications. One is a beta blocker. One is lisinopril, which is for blood pressure, but it's not for blood pressure. It's also for helping with the heart too. I'm not on it for blood pressure med. I'm on it also for the heart. But I was on a very high dose of that, and I'm on a very low dose of that. Now I'm on 5 milligrams. I was on 20. So it's just amazing what this way of life has done for me. Not only me, but for anybody who's done this way of life can tell you the same stories I'm telling you here. What it does to your life is simply amazing what it does. It is like our ancestors used to eat before all of the processed foods came in, all of the sweets and the treats and the junk food came in. That's the way our ancestors ate, and that's why they lived longer than us, and why, you know, they weren't obese. The obese rate now is so large, and it's just insane. And then they came out with, let's go low fat with everything, and the obese rate got even higher, and people were even more unhealthy, and, you know, not understanding that our body needed healthy fats, and that was the true way. It was the carbs that were bad for us. And so that being said, you know, this came out, it's been out forever. It was used for epilepsy over 100 years ago. This was, like I said, how our ancestors ate. Nobody knew what it was, but not knowing that this was a form that we all should have been eating too. So, and you know, it's what it is because we eat such a low amount of carb, we need an energy source. That is the only significant value in a carb is our energy source. Well, America has gotten lazy. We don't work out. We don't do things. We can't burn those carbs off. That's what happens, and that's why we get, you know, blood sugar levels so high, we become diabetics. We get, you know, high blood pressure, high triglycerides, cholesterol, all of that, because we can't burn it off. You know, we're not big bodybuilders out working out and everything. So that being said, that is why when you're eating such a low amount of carb, we convert over and we use fat as our energy source. And our body is made up as fat. Our brain has got the fat in it, everything. And I'm not talking about because we're fat. As thin as I am, I have fat in my brain. I have, you know, fats that are in your body that you need. Your body needs healthy fats to eat. That's what it needs. But that being said, I'm going to go over and explain keto. Now, keto was designed 3 ways, and I was taught, I am not a nutritionist, I am not a doctor, but I was taught by professionals at the clinic I go to, my doctor's office. I was taught by 2 nutritionists and a doctor, and also my brother, who also does this as a job now, who studied and also does this as, you know, a part-time job, does this. I was taught the right way. There are 3 forms, and so many people are taught wrong. They hear high-fat diet, right away they want to eat high-fat foods. Well, first off, you want to eat healthy fats. A lot of them eat the wrong fats. You want to eat healthy fats. You don't want the processed foods and all that. Sure, we can eat it once in a while, but you want to be very careful. But let's go over this. It was designed to lose weight, gain weight, maintain weight. Somebody trying to lose weight is going to use the high fat on their body as their high fat source. And then you're going to lose extremely fast. You're going to get it off. You're going to feel amazing because your body's burning its own fat because it is a fat burning mode. Your body goes into a state of ketosis when you're only eating 20 carbs a day or less. It goes into a state of ketosis, which just means fat burning mode. Your body is always burning fat for fuel. So if you're not adding in fats, what's going to happen? The fat on your body is going to act as your energy source, and it's going to come off fast. That's why my brother lost so much. He had kept his fats extremely low. I kept mine low, not as low as his. Took me a little longer because I didn't exercise, but I kept mine low too, and I used my body fat. And that's how I was taught. So you are very safe, and understand people are going to tell you that that's not the truth. That's not how you do it. You're supposed to eat a lot of fat. That is untrue, and you will have issues. I did that. Myself, I did an experiment. I did eat higher fats while I was still heavy, and all those beautiful numbers I had were starting to change over. I was getting high blood pressure again, high triglycerides again, because I had fat on my body. So I know the true way to do it because I was taught the right way. So when somebody tells you that, I'm just one of many teaching, but you want to use your body fat as your energy source to start with. So keep those fats lower with low lean meats, with low fat mayonnaise, low fat cream cheese, low fat sour cream, low fat cheeses. You want to keep it low with that right now and use your body fat. Eventually you're going to get to a point where you're going to eat those at the fat amount in those because you'll get to a point where you don't have body fat. So now you'll need fats to be your energy source, if you can understand that. But anyways, if you're going to do like ranch dressings and stuff, some things you do have to keep the fat in it. Like you want to eat real butter. Don't do margarines and stuff like that. You want to eat real butter. But try to stay clear of those. Don't eat a lot of that in the beginning. Use your body fat again. But like ranch dressings and stuff, you are ranch dressing, blue cheese, and the Caesar are in like an Italian. Those are the dressings we can use. But again, those are higher fat. You want to keep those at the fat because otherwise the carb is higher when you take, you know, down to a low fat or fat free. They have more carb then. So those you want to keep, you know, with the fats in it, but just be very cautious of those and don't eat a lot when you're trying to lose weight, okay? Keep your body fat as your energy source. So eat lower fat, as low as you can, okay? I know that I'm telling you that we talked about people were doing low fat diets and they weren't succeeding, but they were eating carbs with it, okay? When you are doing the low carb like we are doing, the extreme low at 20 carbs or less a day with 6 or less in one sitting, if you're doing more than 1 meal a day, you want to keep it like that so your body can burn that off. You know, then your body is still going to take that fat and use it as your energy source. Not, you know, you don't have to add the foods in. You have plenty of fat on your body if you're overweight to be your energy source. Now, secondly, somebody that's in maintenance mode. I was in maintenance mode for a while. Then you can up your fats. You don't want to go extremely outrageous, but you can do, you know, 100, 150 grams, and that's going to be okay, and that's going to be your energy source. But do it all with good fats. Understand, good fats is avocado, red meats that are grass-fed meats. You want to do eggs. Eggs are wonderful for you. We were always taught they were bad, but they're wonderful. Nuts are a good source, but be careful with nuts because some nuts are very high in carbs, so you want to find the right nuts that are good for you. Okay, olive oil is good for you. Coconut oil is good for you. You know, cooking your food in these things are good for you. But you want to eat good, healthy fats, not processed meats and all the, you know, the bad stuff out there. You don't want to do that for a fat. You want to eat healthy fats, but you're going to be eating amazing. I eat amazing and I love it. Okay, somebody trying to gain weight is going to do around 200 or more, especially if you're somebody that body builds. You're going to want more of that fat because you're going to need it. Again, if you don't have the body fat, you need it. So that is what keto is about when it talks about a high-fat diet. It does start with the high fat on your body, or you're doing maintenance, you're going to eat a little bit more. Trying to gain, you're going to eat a lot more. But again, remember, it's healthy, good fats that you want to eat. Now, we'll go on to the next thing. Our macros are our calories. Macros are made up of, here's how our calories are made up: protein, carb, fat. That's what makes up our calories. So when doing this, what you want to do is a moderate amount of protein, which is going to be half your body current weight. So if you weigh 300 pounds, you'll do 150 grams of protein. You can do a little less, a little more, but right around there, you want to keep it right because too much protein will also raise those sugar levels. Believe it or not, it does. Even if you're not eating sugar, it will raise them. So now that seems like a lot of protein to try to consume. You can do it through protein shakes. The best one is the Quest protein. You can get that from GNC or you can order it online or like a vitamin shop. It is the best one because it's the lowest in carb and it's got all these wonderful flavors. You can even bake with it. You can make pancakes with it. You can make treats with it. I make a lot of videos on them. It's delicious. I love the Quest protein powder. They also make Quest pizza. They make Quest chips. All of those are going to have protein in them as well. So those will help get your protein up. But basically try to get it with good healthy meats too. Get your protein up with that because you can get some hair loss from that too. That is when you start the keto. It's not going to give you hair loss if you're keeping your protein at half your current body weight. So as your weight comes down, you can lower it, okay? Now, right now, I eat around 65 to 70 grams of protein a day, which is perfect for me. But when I weighed 300 pounds, I ate 150 grams. That's what you want to do. I never really had any hair loss. Remember that. A lot of people think it's because you're changing. Well, you are changing. You are changing weight, so you could lose a little bit. But the reason people was the protein. They weren't keeping the protein up high enough. That's the problem. So make sure your protein is half your body weight. Now, fat, I taught you fat. Fat, you're going to use your body fat. Doesn't mean you're not going to eat any fat. Just keep the fat as low as possible and use your body fat as your energy. So keep it lower. You know, like if somebody, for me, like I'm in maintenance, I was doing 150 grams of fat. Well, if you're trying to use your body fat as it, I was only eating around 70 grams a day. 50 to 70 grams a day is what I was doing. A man would do a little more, a woman a little less, okay? I was doing, when I first started at almost 300 pounds, I was eating about 1,800 calories, but it was all low lean meats and low this and low that and everything, and that's why. So you just want to keep it as low as possible to use your body fat as your energy source. And then your carb. Carb is important. That's 20 carbs or less. That's going to make up your other macro. So that's going to be what's going to be what's going to put you in a state of ketosis, keeping it 20 or less. Now, to know that you're in a state of ketosis, you can buy those strips. They sell ketone strips at Walmart, at CVS, at, a local drugstore. They're called ketone strips. Buy them. After a couple of days, urinate on them and see the color. As the color changes, that means you're getting into a nice high state of ketosis, and that means your body is burning fat. You're on your way to success, and you're going to lose weight. This is not a fad diet. This is going to change America. 100%. It is not a fad diet like Weight Watchers and, people doing, low fat this, low calorie diet, this doing a calorie diet. No, this is not like them. This is not a fad. This is going to change America. I mean, now you look everywhere and keto is everywhere. 4 years ago when I started, it wasn't. Now it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. Everybody's doing it. And everybody's having success and they're losing weight. But if they're not doing it correctly, they're stalling and not understanding. Well, that's why, because if you have fat and you're eating a bunch of fat, it's going to stall you. You're just not going to get there. So you definitely want to watch that. So that is what macros are. Okay, and everybody's going to have a different macro. You can download MyFitnessPal to understand watching your calories and all of that each day and marking and everything so you can keep track of all of that. Everybody's going to be different. Like I said, I started at 1800 when I first started, and then I dropped down right now at maintenance mode for me. I can do around 15 to 18 again and still maintain weight, which is awesome when you get to maintenance mode because you don't lower like you do on other ways of life. You actually up and you will stay the same weight, which is awesome. You'll slowly increase and you'll get back to where you were. But I had gotten as low as like 1,000 calories. I was like 900 to 1,000. There were times I was only doing 500 to lose the last of my weight, and I'm still kind of struggling with that. I want to hit the 120. So there's times that I do one meal around 500 to 800 calories. And I do that, because I want to hit the 120s. I'm still in the 130s. I'm 5 foot. Well, thought I was 5'2". Always my whole life I thought I was 5'2", but the doctor measured me yesterday and I'm 5'4". Maybe I grew a little bit because maybe I straightened my back out a little bit more, but I guess I'm 5'4". So 5'4" at 139 pounds or at 135 pounds is not bad at all. But I would like to see myself in the 120. So I continue to, do the one meal and do those things lower. But in maintenance, I do around 1,800 calories, sometimes, even 2,000. I eat more fats now and everything. I keep them very healthy, though. I eat very healthy fats. I don't like processed foods. I will once in a while, you got to, on the go. I might have to grab some lunch meat, something like that that's processed, but I don't do a lot of it. I don't do a lot of out food. Once in a while, I will get a bunless burger, but I don't do it all the time. I like to cook at home, but you certainly can eat out and you can have it once in a while to enjoy it. But understand, this is a healthy way to eat. You are going to feel amazing. You're going to love the foods you eat, even though, okay, let's get into what we eliminate on keto. We eliminate grains and sugars. We will not eat no grains anymore, which is no longer no pasta, no bread, no rice, no starchy veggies like corn or potatoes or peas. You're not going to eat any of that. You're going to eat healthy greens. You're not going to eat any fruits anymore except for berries, strawberries and raspberries. Even blueberries are a little bit high, so be careful with blueberries. But raspberries and strawberries are lower carbs, so you can have those, but still limit those and watch those. But yes, you're not going to drink milk anymore. Sorry about that. My alarm went off. But anyways, you are, I think they are coming out. I think there is a yogurt now that you can have. I'll have to find out what it is, but you're not going to be doing those things anymore. You're the milk and all that. I do unsweetened vanilla almond milk and I love it. Absolutely love it. I love it way more than milk. There's just so many things that you're going to change, but I make amazing meals. There is almost nothing that I cannot convert over into keto. And I teach you that. Go into my playlist, look up my keto mukbangs, look at the stuff I have come up with that I've turned into keto. And that's why I'm writing a cookbook and I hope to get it published one day, because I've got these quick, easy meals that aren't even hard to do, aren't even hard to put together, little tiny ingredients to put in, and they make amazing meals. It doesn't have to be, boring. I kept it boring for me in the beginning. I just wanted to get my weight off. I just ate eggs and turkey bacon or eggs and turkey sausage for breakfast basically, or tuna, because I didn't eat till like noon. I did the 16-hour fast, 8-hour window where I ate like 2 meals and a snack. So that's how I did it. So around noon, I had eggs and turkey bacon, eggs and turkey sausage, or I had like tuna, sorry. Or I had like tuna and I put it on a lettuce wrap or whatever. And then for dinner, it was always a fresh meat, like a grass-fed meat, and I did a veggie. That's how I always ate, and I loved it. At night, if I needed a little treat within the 8-hour window, I would do a sugar-free Jell-O. Little bit of the Cool Whip on top, not Cool Whip, I'm sorry, the whipped cream in the can. I would do it just, you know, a dollop of that, maybe a couple little nuts I would sprinkle on it, and that would be my treat. I kept it very boring, but I wanted to get my weight off. All that mattered to me was I was eating to live, not living to eat anymore, and I just was changing everything and feeling so amazing. So that's why I just would love for you guys, if you are new to keto and you want to know more about it and need help with macros and stuff, I link my email down below. Please contact me and I will help you get set up. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but I was taught by professionals. So I do know how, and I have studied myself. My brother studied. He helps me too. I have learned so much in almost the 4 years I've been doing this, and I've been able to maintain and keep my weight off. Another reason why this is not a fad. Everybody's keeping their weight off too. They are keeping their weight off. America is going to become great again when we can get everybody to do this. I mean, it's just amazing what it does for you, and it's how we are truly supposed to eat. But just remember, when you hear that high fat, it doesn't mean in foods, unless you're skinny, unless you are underweight. If you are overweight, you want to use your body fat as your energy source. So I hope you will understand that. But yes, it's been an amazing journey for me. I have loved every step of it. I started this YouTube channel because I love to do nails. I have done nails since I was 5 years old. I was doing art by the age of 11, freehand and all of that, because I'm a painter. And I love it. So I started the channel to do nails and fashion and all of that. And one day I had talked about keto and that something about my keto or whatever, how much weight I'd lost, and somebody asked about it and it just blew up. So I continued to make videos on keto and decided to even change the name to keep it keto. And then I do, in my box down here, have my Angels Heavenly Nails on another channel that I'm trying to grow so that I can get all of that out of here, even though I enjoy having it in here because I love life so much. I love to share my fashion with you because I'm loving life so much that I like to share it in there. But if I can get that channel to grow bigger, if you can share that with people, if you know people that like nails and stuff like that and fashion, let them know about that channel, because if I can grow that channel, I'll give it another 6 months to a year. If it doesn't get any bigger, it seems to be sitting at 79 subs for a very long time. If I can't get it to grow, I'm going to shut that one down and just keep this one, and I'll keep continuing doing this in here too. But if I can, then this will all be keto and only keto every single day. I will be doing videos on mukbangs and videos on things about keto and the benefits and all of that, and stuff like that. But until then, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing here for Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays for that. And then the rest of the week is keto and my keto questions, my keto live questions and answers on Thursdays, which I will be doing today. So remember, come in at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm sorry I haven't been in with my anxiety and stuff. I have had to cancel my channel a little bit, but I will be in tonight. So get your questions ready for me if you have questions from today watching this video here. But yeah, just know that this way of life is amazing what it's doing. It is changing America. It doesn't just heal, your cholesterol levels, your sugar levels, your blood pressure, all of that. It can heal. And I'm just going to go over a few. IBS, cancer, PCOS. Women are getting pregnant now easier doing this. It can cure your eye functions, people with eye problems. It can cure and mend that. It can help with breathing. I mean, I just had my oxygen checked. I'm 100% now, you guys, 100%. And for the last since starting keto, I've been 100% oxygen. You never get sick. And even if you do, every once in a while, I'll feel like a cold coming on, gone the next day. And the reason why, and that's another thing I read, our white blood cell count is so high. When you're doing keto, it's hard to get sick. It really is. And that's why, I imagine these doctors aren't liking this, because a lot of people aren't having to go to doctors anymore because we're feeling so amazing. So it's going to, help with sicknesses and all of that, keeping you well and healthy. And yes, it does cure cancers, like I said. It will help with, just your overall skin. Anybody with skin problems that live with, there's a skin disease, I can't think of the word, but it cures all skin diseases. It makes your skin better, because, a lot of that's to do with like dairy stuff, and we do eat cheese and stuff like that, but it just is amazing what it does to your skin. It makes you younger. When you're doing the intermittent fasting, which is wonderful on keto too, which I teach, is 16 hours no food, 8 hours with a window where you open it and you have a couple meals in there, then 16 hours again, or 24 hours and eat one meal, is amazing. And it's going to do so much for your body too. That is also really good with keto. You want to do that too for keto, is try to do the intermittent fasting. If you can't do the 24-hour, do 16-hour then. And that's easy. Stop eating at 5 o'clock. Don't eat till 9 a.m. the next morning. You got your breakfast, eat until 9 to 5. 9 to 5, you eat your 2 meals, a little snack, and then quit till the next day. You know, you'll see as time goes on, it's not that hard. It really isn't. It becomes wonderful. When you're doing keto and your body's in that high state of ketosis, you're never hungry either. So when you do eat, it tastes wonderful, but you're just never hungry. You never want to eat because we are in that state of fat burning mode. Our body's always eating its own fat, so it's always feeding it, and it's just amazing what it does for you. So I just can't stress enough about this. Another thing on keto, you need to watch your electrolytes. Like I said in the beginning, it's a diuretic diet. It takes inflammation off. There's another thing, it's going to reduce inflammation. It helps with gout. I mean, I could go on and on with the stuff that it cures. Read it for yourself. Check it out yourself. But because it does take off inflammation, and when you first start, you're going to go to the bathroom a lot, and you'll go to the bathroom all the time a lot, but especially in the beginning, you'll lose 8 to 10 pounds of just water in the beginning. It won't even be real weight. It's water where that comes off immediately. You need to keep your salt levels up, your electrolytes. So make sure you get at least 35 to 4,000 milligrams of sodium in a day, and I mean in foods. Salting your foods with pink salt is great. Pink salt's the best one to use, or sea salt. And then if you're having a day where you feel a little off, you feel weak, fatigued, a little bit dizzy, a headache, that means your electrolytes are dropping a little bit. So take 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of pink salt, an 8-ounce glass of water, put it in and drink it down. No, it's not going to taste very good, but within about an hour, you're going to feel amazing. If it's not real bad, you can do some of those Powerade Zeros to keep your electrolytes up, but they don't have a lot in it. And then another thing is good to do is magnesium. Our body always needs magnesium, and my doctor told me it was magnesium malate is the one to do. Don't do the citrate because that will make you go to the bathroom. That'll be even worse. You'll be going to the other bathroom, and yeah, you won't want that. So you want the magnesium malate, and you could talk to your doctor on the milligram to take, and do it at bedtime. It'll help you sleep too, but our bodies always need magnesium. That's important. You don't want to be deficient in that. And it doesn't mean because we're doing keto, it's just the way our foods are grown and everything now that magnesium is just an important thing to put in your body. I went my entire journey without the magnesium. My magnesium levels are always perfect, but I now am adding in magnesium just because I heard it's great for you. So I've been adding it in. Watch your potassium levels. Do not add potassium in though without talking to your doctor because too much potassium can hurt you, can be bad for your heart. My potassium levels are always perfect, so I don't need to add any in. It needs to be between 3 and 5, and I'm always like 4.2, 4.7. I'm always way up there, so I do get enough potassium in myself. But you're going to go to the bathroom a lot, so you need to keep the salt levels up. You need to watch that. Some people were getting dizzy and not feeling right and didn't understand, and I said, oh, that's your salt levels. You need to get that up. So watch that, and it's a real quick fix by just adding in 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of the pink salt and water. Drink it down, and you'll get your electrolytes up, and then you'll feel great again. And it's not going to be every day like that. In the beginning, it's going to be more, but just make sure every day you keep your sodium between 35 and 4,000, right around there, and you'll be feeling great. That's an important thing to know on keto because it is a diuretic diet and an inflammation it takes all the inflammation off. You're gonna feel amazing, you guys. So I just can't stress enough how wonderful I feel, how much I love life now, how much I enjoy life. Yes, I still deal with anxiety. Yes, I'm not perfect with everything in my life or whatever, but it does help. That's another thing it helps. It helps anxiety. You people out there with anxiety, it's going to help you. The reason I deal with so much is because I have the vertigo going on and I have a heart condition. So if I get a few palpitations, I get scared instantly, but it will cure anxiety. I hear that all the time. It will cure OCD. It'll cure people that have like, problems where, they're not thinking clear. It helps with that. It is a brain food when you eat this way. It makes the brain fog go. You'll think clear. You'll think wonderful. You're going to be just amazing results. Your kids, get your kids on board. This is not just for adults. This is for children too, babies. Babies are born in ketosis. If they breastfeed, they will continue to stay in ketosis, even if you're not doing ketosis. If that doesn't tell you right there how wonderful ketosis is for you, if an infant can be in ketosis, it's how God wanted it. It's how we're supposed to live. And yes, I know you're going to say, well, why can't we have the fruits and stuff? Because the fruits are growing differently now and they have too much natural sugar in it. And just like if you're a diabetic and you eat fruit, your body doesn't know if you ate a candy bar or fruit. It doesn't know the difference anymore. So it's just too high a sugar. So you just don't want that in your body. And when you start keto and you start feeling the way I feel, you're not going to miss any of that stuff. You're going to love it. And I hear some people that slip and fall away and they wish they went to slip from it. I recommend, highly recommend, don't have any cheat days. If you got to have a day, call it a cheat day. Call it a dirty keto day. Keep the carb at 20, but eat more fat that day if you need it. Just enjoy and have cheese and more meat and have some processed food that day, whatever. Enjoy yourself. But don't slip out of ketosis because it can be very boggling to the mind. It can mess with your mind so much, and then it can be very hard to get back. So I did not have my first cheat day until I lost every bit of the weight I wanted to lose at that time, till I got to 139. Had my first cheat day, and in almost 4 years, I've only had 8 cheat days, you guys. Yes, only 8. And some have been really little. And all of them have been because people have wanted me to do it. My mom wanted me to do it for Thanksgiving. My son wanted me to do it for his birthday. I've never done it because I wanted to. So just do things for yourself, you know. And now I do it for me, and I will only cheat when I want to cheat. And I don't even care about cheating because I love the way I feel. I hate when I slip out of ketosis. It takes days to get back in. You gain water weight. That can take weeks to get off of you, and it just sucks. So to me, I'll have a dirty keto day. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be keto for life. I love it. I have a primary doctor, a psychiatrist, a OBGYN, a therapist, a heart doctor that I see. Did I say heart doctor? And my pain center doctor that I see for my back. All of them agree that keto is the way to go. They're all on board with me and told me to stay keto for life, especially my heart doctor. He said, your heart's improved so much. He goes, don't ever change what you're doing. You are doing amazing. You're going to live well into your hundreds. If, you know, if that's how God wants it, then I will. But it is amazing, you guys. And if you have any more questions or need to understand more about keto, like I said, I linked my box, or my email down in my box, and I'd love to answer any questions for you. But search keto for yourself too. Don't just take advice from me or advice from somebody else. Also search for yourself. It was important. I looked up many things myself too, because you want to learn about this too, and you want to learn the true way about keto. And remember, if you have fat, use that as your energy source so that you can get that weight off and feel healthy and amazing. And then you're going to be upping everything and eating more healthy fats and enjoying life and getting it off quick. Who wants to sit around for 2-3 years to get it off? I got it off in 13 months, and now I've been living life large, and I feel amazing. I went from a size 26 jean, and I now today wear a size 2-4. I have not been that small since I was maybe 10. So, and I'm 43 years old, and I feel amazing. I wore a 3X, and now I wear a small to medium. I go to any store in the world to shop now. It's amazing, and I love it, and it's a good feeling. And I didn't do it to be hot, even though I am hot. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. I do not think I'm hot. I did it to be healthy, okay? I want to be healthy. I want to be here for my kid. Remember where you were. Don't get this big head. Don't get this big head and think, I lost all this weight. My shit don't stink, and I'm better than everybody now. You are never better than anybody. I am still Angel. I am still the same person. I'm just skinny and healthy now, and I'm going to live a lot longer, and I'm going to be here for my kid, my husband, and my family. Remember where you came from, and don't forget about that. And try to help as many people as you can as your journey goes on too. But in the beginning, when you're starting your journey, focus on you. Send that person to somebody else like me that can help them so you can focus on your journey, okay? And share this around, share this channel around so I can help many people. I wanna grow this channel. I wanna grow so big, I wanna blow up. I wanna be known all over. I'd love to be on TV. I wanna get on TV and magazines, everything to talk about my story. And all the people I've helped thousands get healthy, thousands. In the very beginning, you see my little intro. That's just a few people I've helped. If I put everybody on, it would be a 2-hour video. You wouldn't believe the people I have helped lose weight and get healthy, and they are living amazing lives now, and everything in their body, their blood work, everything is perfect, absolutely perfect. So that being said, oh, it also helps with thyroid problems, kidney problems. I can keep going and name it. Look it up, search it, you'll love it. Don't forget, you need to know and study this yourself too. Don't just take advice, like I said, from me or from somebody else. Study yourself, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it wasn't a mukbang, but it's still knowledge and it's still help. And I want to help as many people as I can to make America great. Like Donald Trump says, let's make America great again. I love you guys very much. God bless. Take care. And until my next video, everybody remember to keep it keto.